What is up, everybody? FSC Trucking. It has been a rough beginning of the week this week already. Actually, it started last week and pretty much is continuing on today. So today's Tuesday. We loaded this wide load with a company truck on Friday, and Orwell had the aftercooler problems that we fixed. And I was thrashing on it all day yesterday, got them done. Now it's running different. Got the boost leak fixed, got the aftercooler that was leaking replaced. That was a nightmare in and of itself, because now I have two, one in the truck and one on the floor. Yeah, that's a story we'll get into one day. So there we go. We got to get this load going because we need to try to deliver it on Thursday. Today's Tuesday, and we're like 12'4" wide, so we're going to have an issue with this one. Either way, time is of the essence, so we got to get going. But I'll show it to you real quick just so you see what we got. This is an Airport Deicer, and we're taking it to Portland, Maine. Because of its width, we're going to require escorts on this one from the New York-Pennsylvania state line. I think all the way in. I'm not 100% out. I got to check it. But I know from New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, we need escorts. Because the only thing wide on this is these outriggers that fold out, all the sprayers. And it's the same on both sides. So yeah, there it is. That's our load. One big, mighty de-icing truck. 35,000 pounds-ish, if I remember right. And there we go. There's Orwell in all his glory, waiting to get this job done. All right, so with that, let me get the GoPro set up, logbook caught up, fire up the engine. Well, let's get trucking, boys and girls. We got work to do. All righty, boys and girls. Get after it. Alrighty, let's get Orwell underway. Lights. Lights. The reason I ran to Jake's, I want to check him real quick. There was a wire on the rear bank I didn't plug in, the external wire, luckily. So I tilted the cab right before I left, off camera. Make sure we had Orwell good to go. What's up, everybody? Steve here. Hey, I'm back in the merch game finally. Sorry it took a while. Probably should have done this earlier, but hey, what the heck, we got it going now. So what we got going is we got these right here, Orwell, Godfather, t-shirts. They're coming out again, a pre-order right now. Any order between now and April 21 will be printed April 23rd and immediately shipped direct to you. All sizes are available from small to 4XL. Sorry, you 5X guys, they don't make the shirts for that size. I'm sorry. We're gonna try to figure out a different shirt to try to get you 5X people set up, even bigger perhaps. With that, Orwell shirts on pre-order between now and April 21, maybe into April 22, because 23, that's when they print them. See, what I did is I already put a standard order in, and I told them, can I change it? They said, yeah, right up to the day we're making it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get the pre-order out. That way I don't run out again. Last time I did Orwell shirts, they disappeared in like literally a month. So Orwell Godfather shirts, pre-order between now, April 21, maybe into April 22nd, but April 21, absolutely, if you get that order in by midnight at the end of April 21, those shirts will be printed on the 23rd and shipped direct to you. Orwell Godfather shirts, go ahead and get them. I don't know where in the chronologically, there's the word, chronological order, chronologically, I think is the right word, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where in the video series of everything I've been editing and doing and all of that is. Everything's all out of order for a reason, but chronologically, videos are kind of ass backwards. To Orwell, I filmed it all, so I'm not sure where in all the video series it goes. You're gonna notice Orwell sounds a lot different now. Managed to build up a significant boost leak over time, and I've been noticing it. I just never took it apart and figured it, and then I did. Once I decided I was gonna fix it, I was gonna basically fix almost everything. So once I had the water drained out of it to solve that water leak, I figured let me solve the boost leak problem, and that's how I found the aftercooler was shot. Other than missing water, and it was not a major leak, I don't really know an inspection for that. But anyway, the boost leak's fixed, the aftercooler is all new. I have the Caterpillar one in here, not the aftermarket one, although I still have the aftermarket one. I put it in the Caterpillar crate because the crate and box it was shipped in was absolutely destroyed with the overnight shipping that I paid for that turned into, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days for overnight shipping. Orwell should have more power, more stopping power. I also ran the overhead. I filmed that as well, which is why I had the valve covers off, which is why I made the mistake of not plugging in that wire. Difference in the a whistle. You hear a whistle, but it's deeper in. That boost leak got so bad it sounded like it was coming out of my feet. Oh, big difference. Big difference. It's probably putting about 25 pounds of boost right before I lift it. It's too hot here. Yeah, for February, it's getting warm. It's supposed to be a high of like 60 today. That'll be nice. Basically a gallon, 4 quarts of Hot Shot Secret Stiction Eliminator in the truck. I wanted to see how it actually will work. I don't have to worry about like injector issues with it, but which is what that stuff was invented for Ford Power Stroke injectors. But they use oil between a plunger and a piston, and the oil gets gummed up. So the guy that invented it for solving Power Stroke injector issues. Later on, when they didn't want to use it, nice car going the other way. I couldn't really tell what it was. I think a Ford. Ford didn't want it no more. They decided to just change up the way they build it. So we marketed a product and sold it as called it Hot Shot Secrets because the Ford Hot Shots are always having hard times. You know, the Hot Shot trucks, you know, your dually pickup with a flatbed trailer. They were the ones that were needing it the most. So that's why the company was named it, was what it was, Hot Shots Secret. Anyway, but it also helps, they say, for the turbo spooling. And my turbo, when it was brand new, you stick your hand on the intake side and spin it, and it spins easy. Over the last 2 years, my turbo is getting awful tight. So next service, I want to take that boot off and spin it again and see how much difference I can feel and actually determine whether the product is worth the money or not. I bought it at the Love's, and it was like almost $130 for both containers. Now it says initial treatment, you use 4 quarts for an engine this size, and then you half it for maintenance. Every oil change after that. So we'll see. I'm curious. But it's one of the improvements I've done. I'll also address something I hear a lot all the time about dressing up Orwell and doing this, that, and the other. How much money do you think I just spent on Orwell this weekend? Between the one aftercooler, the other aftercooler, 15 gallons of Caterpillar antifreeze, the O-rings, the gaskets, the seals. Not to mention time and labor. Put a lot of time in Orwell. I worked on them all weekend and absolutely thrashed all day Monday. Today's Tuesday, like I said earlier. So it's a long road to hoe right now. But I wasn't going to turn down a good load. So I had to make it happen. $6,000 to $7,000 in just the aftercoolers alone. I don't remember the total. The one I ordered was like 12, almost 13. $100. And all the O-rings and seals, I think, were like another 100 and some. But that Caterpillar antifreeze was 86 bucks per 5-gallon pail. And I bought 3 of them. Expensive weekend. That's the frustrating thing about trucking. If you look at it a certain way, you work on your truck and then it feels like the next few loads you're working just to feed your truck. You have to look at it in a long-term span. You can't short-term look at it, because otherwise it'll be depressing to think I'm working for free for this load and the next load, or the last few loads I worked for free. You know, you got to get past that mentality as an owner-operator. Just in the grand scheme of things, big arch, you know, big time frame in a year. What did you spend? What did you make? What did you keep? My buddy Juan, 007, used to say it all the time. It ain't about what you make, it's about what you keep. Man, I let that boost leak go way too long though. Down here from home. The truck in front of me, it sprayed me just enough to buck up the windshield. Try to look forward and get ready for Matt's. Stuff going on. Matt and Lydia are getting married in late March, right after weekend after Matt's. They're getting married, so we're coming down there with the Hemi dually and the big trailer with my Razor. They're getting married in the Carolinas, so her family's coming down because they're from Columbus, Ohio. Sean is going to come to visit as well, and then the day after they get married, they're going to go do their newlywed thing. Me and Sean and Jen are planning on taking a Jeep somewhere with my Razor. That's the plan. That's will be an interesting thing, because we got, I don't know how it's going to work out. Tim Gentry is trying really hard to get Weston Champlin's trucks done. The truck done, I should say, not one. But Tim's planning on bringing the Airport's Cabover and possibly Johnny Cash. I don't know if Dominique is coming. James Pretty is coming. My new mechanic, Chris, he's coming. So that'll be interesting. I think it'll be fun. The only reason he's not up here now is he's still selling his house. And he's in the process of moving from where he lives. He lives in Ohio, but he's got to move from Ohio to Wisconsin. Although he did text me, once he found out Orwell was down, he was like, had I known and you said something, I'd have come up. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, I wish I knew that was an option, but that'd made me feel bad having him driving that kind of distance from Ohio to spend a weekend working on my truck. I mean, I'd paid him, but that's a lot of driving for a few days worth of work. But he's eager to do it, and I'm eager to get him up here to the shop and start getting stuff done in a much faster pace. Because man, oh man, I could have used the help yesterday, I'll tell you that for sure. Yesterday straight up kicked my ass. I don't know how Orwell sounds to you guys on camera. I won't know till I edit this. Sounds meaner. The cab is quieter. I don't hear that leaking underneath, but the exhaust sounds meaner. So is it the lack of one noise making the other noise sound louder? So I don't know, I'll have to hear it in the edit. I guess I can put down what I think. I'll write it on the screen, what I think it sounds like through my speakers rather than live and in Technicolor. Today, Tuesday today, the 27th of February, that's the day the first Tim Gentry pilot car Escort video with my Hemi Dually. That's today, it comes out this afternoon, 6 p.m. in Central. We'll see how that does. We address some of the road rage I had to deal with. Matter of fact, I'm waiting on my Escort to call me later today or any time. I do have a headset now. I don't wear it all the time. I refuse to be part of the collective. Nonetheless, we need Escorts, like I said earlier, from New York, I think all the way to delivery. I'm not 100%. I do got to look into that. It's kind of like a mad rush. But yeah, I can pick them up at the New York, Pennsylvania state line on 84. So we'll see what our requirement is. Waiting to hear back because I'm waiting to hear from him. That way I can schedule when I'm going to be there. But it really kind of depends on how far I get today. We're not really wide although it's wide enough to certainly be an issue for taller things like semis. Is that a wide load or something going down the shoulder? I'm not sure. No, it's a wide load. A really wide load. No, mobile home. So we only need one Escort. So the way that works is he'll tail on the interstates and he'll lead on 2 lanes. That thing, ain't he? Oh. Under that house. Whoop, whoop, truck them up. Using a Chrysler 300 for an Escort car. I am seriously thinking about doing that too. Getting in a pilot car. Because if I had my own pilot car and Jen could do it, I would have had Jen. Well, Jen works right now, but I'm hoping honestly, I'm hoping to get Jen out of her job and get her to do something for us. But if I had the option, I would have Jen run the pilot car for us. And then I could always tow the car back. That Suburban I bought Matthew and Lydia. Well, it's really Lydia, but that would be perfect. But I'm really thinking station wagons. Like box Chevy station wagons. Or even bubble Chevy station wagons. That way you have the option. You can lay down and sleep in the car if the weather's be reasonable, or you get a hotel. I gotta see how that works. But I'm seriously thinking about it. Absolutely. Other benefit to having a box Chevy or a bubble Chevy or even a Ford LTD is it wouldn't be hard to get a light bar for it that hook up like the old police cars. It would look like a police car bar light, except it would be yellow. It wouldn't be, you know, whatever color, but that'd be kind of badass. Put all the lights in it like a cop car, except not cop car lights, it's yellow lights. But that would be cool. That would be really cool. On road ahead. That's the other reason I like Waze. If there's crap like on the shoulder, oftentimes it's all crowdsourced. So I can mark something or somebody else will mark something. It's in the zipper on the left side. Piece of metal, like a heat guard from a muffler. brakes appear louder, but I'm not sure if they actually are. I don't think they're any stronger. If I did the overhead, adjusted the jigs. Majority of this trip around Milwaukee, so it gives me more maneuverability. Trucks to run the left lane in Wisconsin, but they tend to camp out in the center lane, just like Virginia, New Jersey, and anywhere else. There's 3 lanes that are normal. I haven't mentioned our routing, but our routing, we're basically going the same way as we always do around Chicago, 294, 94. But in Indiana, we're going to jump on 65 south to 30, around 30 basically across Indiana. one reason I like Waze app. Sometimes it'll let you know ahead of time there's something on the shoulder you might not see. It's almost like an Escort that you don't actually have. Color. I don't know if that's factory color or a wrap. Color to paint your Bentley.
It's a nice day anyway.
Getting thick up here now.